Hi guys, so this is Miss Diana and I'm here to show you how to make this wonderful enchanted rose of your very own. In this week's craft kit you have a Ziploc bag and in it is a green pipe cleaner and a brown circle, a leaf, and a bead. So those are all going to come in handy here in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut the leaf out because we're going to need that cut out. So you'll want to go ahead and cut out all your pieces. You'll also have a red piece of paper that has 4 flower shapes on it, and you'll want to go ahead and get those cut out. And there, I've got my leaf all ready to go. One thing that you're going to notice about your flower paper is that there is a line on each one of these, so I'm going to show you what to do with that in here in just a second. And then another thing, when I cut mine out, I went ahead and cut out just inside the black line so I don't have any of the black lines showing on my flower. Okay, so the second step, once you've got your flower pieces cut out, that's going to be your first step. Cut those out and cut your leaf out. Then your second step is going to be to cut on those cut lines. I've went ahead and done a couple of them, so I'm just going to show you real quick how to do that. So you just want to cut along that cut line, giving you 2 pieces out of each flower. There we go. Okay. So now I've got those 4 pieces. I've already went ahead and prepared those ahead of time. The next step is to glue these pieces into cone shapes because that's how we're going to build the flower. So I went ahead and took the one that had all 8 edges and glued that together, just like this. So I'm going to use glue stick because I like working with glue stick. It's easy. You can use regular glue or you can use glue stick. And then you just take it and make kind of a cone shape with it, gluing that on top there. And now I've got it in a little circle. Now I'm going to do one of the 3-piece ones. Put a little bit of glue on it. I'm going to bring that edge around, making a circle, and glue those 2 pieces together. So now that one just has the 2 sides because I glued that together. And then this is one of the bigger pieces. Again, you just take some glue, smear it on there, make your cone out of it. And then this last one, it's only 2, so you could glue it together and you'd have a 1-piece one, but I'm just going to leave that alone and bend it when I put it into the cone. Okay, so now the next step, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can go ahead and build your flower and then turn your pieces out, which I find that to be a little more difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to roll the edges of each petal to kind of bend them outwards like this, just like that. And you're going to go all the way around each one, bending those pieces outwards so your flower kind of pokes, you know, in an outward direction. And if you want to have it even more curved, see, that's just a little bit of a curve, you can use something smaller. Like I've got this little stick here. These work really, really well for doing this. So a toothpick or something thinner than a pencil, see, that gives you a lot more of a bend on the edge of your flower. A pencil just kind of gives you a little bit of a bend. This makes it really more pronounced. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me get all of these done and then we'll come back and see how to assemble the flower. Okay, so now we've got all of our edges rolled the way we want them. And it's time to stack our flower. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find your pieces and put them kind of in the order that you want to put them, biggest to smallest. So let me get this out of the way. Okay, so the largest one is this, and then here, then I have a 4, and then I've got a couple of 3s, so I'm going to lay those side by side, a 2, and then a half 2, and then a single petal. Okay, now that they're all there in an order, before you put each one in and glue it, you might want to take something sharp, like a pencil or a toothpick, and just kind of make a little hole there in the bottom. because that's going to make it a lot easier on the next step when we're putting the flower together with the stem. So make sure there's a little bit of an opening. Some of them might already have an opening, but just in case they don't, just kind of poke a toothpick through there to make sure there's a little bit of an opening. Okay, so this next step you can use either liquid glue or you can use the glue stick. I found it just a little bit easier with the liquid glue. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the one that's the second to the largest, not the largest one. There, now that I've got some glue on there, then you just set it down inside of it. And I like to try to alternate my petals so they're not all on top of each other. See how I've got petal, 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 petal. And then once you've got that one glued in place, kind of hold that in there. Okay, the next one is going to be this one right here. Oh, I'm going to, again, put a little bit of glue on there. And lay that one inside. Okay, and then you're going to do that with the next two, which are the 3-petal ones. And lay that right in there. I'm just going to sit it in there because I'm going to smush them all together here in just a second. Okay. This one in. Okay, now you can really see the flower is starting to come together. Okay. And then the 2-petal. Place that one inside. Okay, now we're down to these two. This one I've struggled with a little bit, trying to get it to go in there and fit the way that I want it to. So if you choose not to use it, you can. I'm choosing not to use that one simply because it doesn't seem to fit very well into mine. This one, though, will make a nice finishing one, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the tip off so it goes in a little bit deeper than the other ones. And you can choose to do that as well. So you just kind of bend it a little bit and then put it down in the middle. And remember, we're going to want a hole in there, so you don't want to completely cover the bottom of the hole. So then take your finger and kind of smash it all together. Delicately smash, if that's a thing. Okay, so then once you've got your rose made, you can kind of pull out any pieces that you think are curled under too much, make it look the way you want it to, and then you can again take something like a toothpick and make sure that you can puncture all the way through to the bottom of the flower. There we go. Okay, now we are ready for the next step, which is putting the stem on your flower. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to poke it through. Maybe not that way. It just wants to bend. So I'm going to come through the bottom. Looks like my hole is a little hard to see. So I'm just going to enlarge it just a little bit to make this easier for me. See, now you can really see the hole that it's going to go in. And then take the end of your pipe cleaner and push it into the rose there. Okay, and then once it's secured, you can add just a dab of glue if you want to secure that a little bit better. And it will dry clear, so it's okay. Okay, so that'll secure that a little bit better. Now that's a terribly long rose stem, so I'm just going to bend it in half and then twist it together. But before I twist it too much, I'm going to put a little glue on there. I've got some on the table, so that made it real easy. And put my flower or my leaf right there in it. And I'm going to twist around that leaf. It'll give it a little more staying power that way, because it's kind of hard to glue paper to, oops, I pulled mine out. Okay, if you do that, it's very easy. Untwist, And you can put that back in there. Get it the way you want it. And then twist. Okay, and then once your stem and your leaf are ready, you are ready for the next step. Now, we have a brown disc, we have a little bead, and we have a paper cup, or not paper, I'm sorry, plastic cup. So you'll see there's a little cut spot in your brown disc, and that's where you're going to insert the stem of your rose. And that'll help hold it upright. See? Oh, once it's inside the cup, it really won't fall over. So once you've got that in place, then you can just take some glue, hold your flower out of the way, and go all the way around the base. And this is going to attach the cup. And once all the glue's on, you take your cup, put it right over the top. See, that's going to hold it up right for you. And then just carefully place the cup on the brown circle. And once that is dry, it will hold everything in place. The last step is you need a little bit of a handle on the top of it, because you know in the story it lifts off, but you're not going to actually lift yours off. This is just decorative. Put a little bit of glue on the top of your cup, and you can add your bead to it. And there you go. You have your very own rose, just like in Beauty and the Beast. Oh, a little too close to the camera, sorry about that. Your very own enchanted rose. Have fun. Bye.